Ever wondered how to make a traditional Turkish güveç at home? Today, we're diving into the heart of Turkish cuisine with this hearty one-pot wonder. Bursting with a medley of vegetables, a dash of aromatic spices and herbs, and a subtle hint of cheese, güveç is the epitome of comfort food. You'll need a few common ingredients like tomatoes, potatoes, aubergines, onions, peppers, mushrooms, and garlic, along with a selection of spices. So if you're ready to embark on this culinary adventure, grab your aprons and let's get cooking. The first step in creating this delightful dish is to prepare your ingredients. First, boil your potatoes until al dente, then remove from the heat and drain. Then we continue with the tomatoes. 4 of them need to be chopped roughly, while the other 2 are simply halved. The aubergines should be chopped into bite-sized chunks, perfect for a hearty bite. Our onions, once peeled, are cut into half-moon shapes, and the red and green peppers are deseeded and cut into strips, bringing a burst of color to our dish. For the chestnut mushrooms, slice them into halves or quarters, depending on your preference. The garlic cloves need to be peeled, crushed and chopped, releasing their robust aroma. For the spices and herbs, including chili flakes, sweet paprika, thyme or oregano, dried rosemary, crushed cumin seeds and coriander seeds, measure out the required amounts. With all the ingredients prepped, you're ready to start cooking your güveç. Now heat up your olive oil in a pan and get ready to sauté your vegetables. First, we're going to start with the onions. Toss them in and let them sizzle until they turn a beautiful translucent hue. Then add your red and green peppers. These will give our güveç a vibrant pop of color and a slight crunch. Next, it's time to toss in the chopped aubergines. You'll want to sauté these until they're just tender, soaking up the flavors of the onions and peppers. Now don't forget the potatoes. We've halved these baby new potatoes to make sure they cook evenly and add a wonderful creaminess to the dish. What's a sauté without a little seasoning? Sprinkle in some salt and pepper for that base layer of flavor, then stir in the tomato or red pepper paste. This will coat the vegetables, giving them a rich, tangy undertone. Once your veggies are beautifully sautéed, it's time to add in the spices. It's spice time. Remember, these spices are what give güveç its unique flavor. Let's start by sprinkling in the chili flakes, but only if you want a little heat. Now add a dash of sweet paprika, which will give our dish a nice smoky undertone. Next up, we've got our dried herbs. You can use either thyme or oregano, depending on what you have on hand. Both will add a lovely earthy note to the güveç. Don't forget the dried rosemary, which will infuse our dish with a deliciously aromatic flavor. Lastly, we're going to add crushed cumin and coriander seeds. These will give our güveç a warm, slightly citrusy hint. Stir them all in until they're beautifully mixed. And with those spices and herbs beautifully mixed in, it's time to pop your güveç in the oven. Now the final and most exciting part, baking your güveç. First, preheat your oven to a moderate temperature, around 180 degrees Celsius. While the oven is heating up, let's move on to the final steps of preparing our güveç. Once all the ingredients have been mixed well, transfer the güveç to an oven-safe dish. Make sure that the dish is deep enough to hold all the goodness we've prepared. Distribute the mixture evenly, ensuring that every spoonful will have a bit of everything. Now let's add some extra flavor. Sprinkle the top of the güveç with a generous portion of casa or cheddar cheese. This is optional, but it adds a lovely creamy texture and rich taste that complements the hearty vegetables and spices beautifully. When the oven is ready, place your dish in the center rack. Bake for approximately 45 minutes or until the vegetables are tender and the cheese has melted into a golden, bubbling layer. The aroma wafting from the oven will be a mouth-watering indicator that your güveç is nearly ready. Once the güveç is cooked to perfection, remove it from the oven and let it rest for a few minutes. This will allow the flavors to meld together even more. Just before serving, garnish with a sprinkle of fresh parsley. Its vibrant green color and fresh flavor will add a beautiful contrast to the rich baked güveç. Serve your güveç hot, straight from the oven. It's best enjoyed with a side of warm bread to soak up all those delicious juices. And there you have it, a delicious, hearty traditional Turkish güveç right in your kitchen. Enjoy!